Dadovichnik. G'day all, this is Dadovichnik here. This is my take on a chicken processor. Now I've seen a lot of other designs, so I'm giving shout outs to the people who I have seen. Now they're not a definitive list, but this is as many people as I know of that I've got ideas of for this machine. Xumavoid, he was the inspiration for it, made a wonderful little compact chicken processor, but he mentioned in a Let's Play video that he wanted to make a larger one. So I already had a monstrosity, and this thing is a development on top of that. Monkeyfarm and stagscast are the people that I got the basic ideas for this machine off, and Etho showed in one of his LPs how to put redstone on top of dispensers, and of course pulse lengtheners. Without further ado, let's go and have a look at it. Basically it's loaded through dispensers, which are controlled by a simple clock mechanism. And that's just turned on and off by a lever down there in your control room. So you could design this so you've got one small control area and all the wiring, and the chickens themselves are so far away you can't hear them. Here we have a multi-level chicken coop. Now you could make this add as many levels onto this as you've got room to put them. But I've just made a double one here just for demonstration purposes. Now down the bottom the water is always flowing, and there's a lip down there which, when this other floors of water are turned off, the chickens will fly down. They don't get hurt, but they've got to have that lip to get underneath, otherwise the little buggers will just fly backwards all day. So that pushes, basically forces them into that, under that lip, and then they get pushed into the water channel, which takes them to the cooker. Now once they're loaded by the dispensers, they are chicks, so they're quite small when they're loaded in. It doesn't really matter, you could load fully sized chickens into this if you had them. Now I've loaded these, I've put them on the bottom floor, and I've waited for them to start producing eggs just for the demonstration. Basically there's another lever here which goes to a piston which just controls water flow from the bottom there out to here just to collect eggs. That's all it's there for. Now you could quite easily replace this piston by just a sign and a permanently running system of water if you had the height to do it. I just chose to use a piston because for me it was easier. Okay, let's go to the nuts and bolts. So we've got the dispensers here, 3 dispensers all loaded with some eggs, and we simply turn the clock on, and as you can see, every now and again those eggs, when they break on the blocks there, will hatch little chicks. Now I've used solid blocks there because it does, the baby chicks do have a habit of glitching through glass. Even now they will glitch out. That's where these two came from, but it's a much rarer occurrence if you've got solid blocks behind for those to hit. Now I've set the dispensers back further in, and that also aids in the chicks not glitching out quite as much. Now they simply go up a series of step ladders here. There's a step with a sign and a water source, a few more blocks on, and so on and so forth. Now you could wind this up around the cage, the chicken coop itself, to make it as high as you wanted. And they simply drop in through the top and land on that floor. And you basically just leave them there to grow. Now, bit of lag. Now over here we have basically a pulse lengthener, simply a NOR latch with a extra pulse signal to turn this piston off. Sorry, incorrect, turn the piston on, thereby cutting that water off. Now once that water's cut off, those chickens will fall through into the bottom floor. Now this entire system is automated, so basically one push of a button, this floor will turn off, and then the signal will go up to the next floor up, and we'll turn that one off after this one has been turned back on. There's one of the little chicks glitched through the glass. It does happen. Now the ideal thing about this is you could have multiple floors of these, and you could even automate it so that by the time the chickens got down to the bottom one, they would be fully grown. As you can imagine, with large numbers of chicks per floor, you would be getting lots of eggs out of this to restock. The only hassle being, of course, lag, like that. Now we'll send this bottom floor here to the processor. That's simply a block of netherrack which is on fire, and a series of trapdoors underneath here just to stop the burning chickens from running around on the floor. Now you could use any system you like here. Monkeyfarm had one where you simply walked into the corner of 2 bits of glass with one gap in it and picked up the chicken through the glass. That would work just as well. For my purposes, this one here worked better for me. I saw that on Xumavoid's processor. As you can see, the bottom floor there has turned off. Then it's turned back on again, and the baby chicks have dropped through into the next level. Now there's one stuck up there, but that's not really a problem. You would be loading more in over the top of that later on. Yep, one thing I didn't neglect to do there was turn that off. That switch simply turned off that egg collection channel, and I should have done that before I sent the chickens to there. Now you could connect that up as well, which would make a lot more sense if you connected that up to the button so it all happened in one hit. And here we have our cooked chicken and feathers. And with the system you can get a lot of chicken very quickly. Far more than any one person could really want to use. Anyway, that is my take on the chicken processor. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to cooking chicken. Cheers.